Well then, hello and happy summer to you too, Clay. I mean, we expected news, but this, folks, Clay Fest is upon us, and it's bringing a whirlwind of content with it, starting next week on June 3rd. From a big ol' publisher sale to a big ol' mess of new events coming to darn near every title they've got, it's looking like we'll all be ringing in the festivities properly this year. And while school may be out, we have still got some reading to do. So let's get to it. And we'll start right from the top. Hey everybody, I have a bunch of news for you today. We have new things coming up to announce, a new set of Twitch drops, and the introduction of our Clay Advocates program. But as I said, Clay Fest is coming next week. Once a year around this time, we have a Clay publisher sale. Going forward, we are also going to focus on making this time a sort of celebration of Clay games. During this 2-week period, we will have a burst of content, items, events, sales, and interesting things happening. And as an introduction, things will be a little less formal this year as we kick things off with a bit of a test run. So first things first, with all games, they're starting their publisher sale next week on June 3rd. But for the first game that's going to have anything going on with it, I guess, Hot Lava, a Clay game that I own but I've never played and probably should, will be having a new race against Lord Sludge. And if you win, you get a special reward. However, you can only get it during this Clay Fest. So if you got the game, just hop in. Free stuff, cool stuff, special stuff. Grifflands, which is another Clay title that I have had from the very beginning and I've literally never loaded, is also leaving early access June 1st on PC and June 4th on the consoles, of course. And heck, maybe I should finally give that a go myself. It looked fun, and I've heard good things about it. Oxygen Not Included, everyone. What a great game. It's just a game that I have never really sat down and really learned yet. But they are not actually going to have anything too special for it for this specific event, mostly because they're literally working on a new content for it right now. New DLC, I suppose. Spaced out. But it will be on sale coming June 3rd. And you know what? I recommend it. Not like any of the other Clay games you might have played, but it's definitely got that Clay touch to it. Oh, but the big one, Don't Starve Together, is celebrating Clay Fest with a new yearly limited time event called the Midsummer Cawnival. Our survivors will be greeted by the enigmatic Corvus Goodfeather, who needs a bit of help preparing the festivities for his crow compatriots. Decorate, try your luck at carnival games, and maybe even win some prizes. However, before we actually get to the meat of this video, which is gonna be speculating on that event, we might as well talk about this too, because I didn't see this coming so quickly. A new Twitch drop campaign. And it looks like they're starting it June 3rd. So I'm not sure if that means the event is gonna also be out on June 3rd, but look at this chest, everyone. For right now, we're thinking it's a scaled chest blueprint, but either way, if it's a normal chest or a scaled chest, it's freaking awesome. And of course, the streamers are going to have these drops. Some will, some won't. And I have some unfortunate news on that one, but that's besides the point. However, they also announced this Advocates program, where they're going through somewhat of a third party, but a party that they worked with before, to reach out to content creators to grow the relationship. The only issue I have with it, though, for right now, is that it sounds like it's only for streamers, which is highly debatable. That said, this caught my attention more. Read the end. They'll start working with a small number of them, beginning when the next character refresh comes at the end of June. So, without this post actually being anything related to the rework of Weber, they kinda just said when the Weber rework is coming. And that's good stuff. But yes, this is probably what you came for. The Midsummer Cawnival event. Now, we've known for a while that it was going to be about birds, because we've had the name of this event since I don't even know how long, but we still don't know exactly what it's going to entail. However, this picture and the description we were given today is certainly going to help there. Our new friend, Corvus Goodfeather, who might just be the guy front and center, kind of sweating as he's trying to catch these egg things, as his friends in the background give him crap, if you know what I mean, needs help preparing these festivities. So I don't know if that means we'll be appeasing him, appeasing his friends, probably the latter, and then maybe Corvus will give us stuff for doing a good job, but we know we will be decorating. So maybe the things in the top right there, that little egg stand, that tree thing, new decorative structures and all that, base builders rejoice. We know that we will be playing Cawnival games. What we get from those games is going to be beyond me. I don't know, some sort of currency maybe to buy some things. But maybe that swing thing in the background is one of those games, a balancing act, blah, 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 blah. Or maybe we really will just be chasing down these eggs in some sort of event. I don't know. But there are prizes. Many prizes, apparently. So maybe this thing super duper front and center at the forefront, this cuckoo clock looking thing, is gonna be one of them. But I don't know. Looks like it has like light bulbs on it, but not really light bulbs. Folks, I don't know what's gonna be happening. It looks great. Sounds great. I'm sure it's gonna be fun. And again, I'm actually not sure if the Twitch drop starting on June 3rd, which is merely days away, mind you, means that the Cawnival event drops on that same day. So to sit here and speculate on it almost seems futile, because if it's going to be here soon, we're all going to experience it for the first time soon anyway. So I'm kind of in that boat right now. It's why I'm not really going to go super deep with it here. But if you guys want to dive into it and potentially be right in the comments, be my guest. And I'm sure those who are anticipating the reworking of our Spooter Boy Weber heard me just fine. But I would like to reiterate that the Weber rework is confirmed to be the end of June, everyone. The end of June. My guess is we might get another post like a week and a half, maybe a week beforehand with some list of details of potential changes that are coming to them. We usually get those for character reworks and character releases. So come that time, we'll probably be sitting right back down here again to really get into it. But now we know for sure when it's coming, so we can't just keep asking when. We know the end of the month. And holy crap, this quarantine hair is freaking getting to me, everyone. I gotta be honest with you. Okay, so to end the video here, here's just like one more announcement and then one more quick, but maybe not so quick, depending if I get into a rant when I don't intend to, little thing here. About that Twitch drop. Looks great. Looks awesome. If it's a scale chest, if it's a regular chest, doesn't matter. It looks freaking great. The portrait frame does too. Heck, maybe it means we even get a Leviathan boss soon as well. That's a whole thing. We'll talk about that maybe another time. This will be the last time that they use this system of streamers, selected streamers, offering the drops. That's number one. Number two is that I am not one of those streamers this time around, so I apologize for that. I think I know why they took me off. I still personally kind of think it's ridiculous that I gave no indication whatsoever that it was going to happen, and that Clay didn't say that they would do that to people if they weren't quote-unquote dedicated to it. I just had some personal things going on for those 2 weeks, a little bit, to take care of family. Family's way more important than getting a freaking skin in the video game. So, besides the point, doesn't really matter this time around because, again, the system is changing, and in comes this Clay Advocate program. Now, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt because they did say we'll have more information on it in the coming weeks. But as an announcement, what we can take away from what they said at the end of this post, I don't see it as a solution. Now, I'm not saying that it's supposed to be a solution for these Twitch drops. No. It's supposed to be content creator outreach by Clay, but through a third party, because Clay hasn't really been good about doing that themselves. But that's another thing that I don't really want to get into, because this was mostly an announcement video. But on paper, that sounds great. That sounds great. My issue with it, and as I said before, is that it says specifically, mind you, that it will be for our quote-unquote most dedicated Twitch streamers. That, to me, is already sounding super opinionated, and that it's going to lead to favoritism even more than this already established system does. Because not only can most dedicated be interpreted by whoever the heck is in charge, by the way, is this just going to limit the pool even more? How could it not? Because I don't know if this fourth floor and Clay are going to collaborate enough to reach out to every single individual that applied to be a Twitch drop streamer. I mean, we can see that list. That's a lot of names. Are you telling me that as soon as this program comes out, all of them are going to be involved? Absolutely not. So immediately shrinks the pool. So that means only the established names are probably going to be in that pool for the time being. And then you have the question of, okay, if they're already there, why do we need anybody else? I mean, that sounds like a horrible question to ask. But as a business, why wouldn't you ask that? You know what I mean? I see the holes in this immediately. I saw it the moment I read what it was. I said, here it comes. The little guys are going to get screwed again. And I apologize. I'm sorry for you, because I already see some of you saying, wait a minute, this is the same thing I said. Is this not favoritism? Is this not going to lead to more favoritism? How do we get into this, that, the other? The system we had before this new system, which is not Clay's fault, by the way. Let's make that apparent. That Twitch changed it from anybody can have drops if you're in the category to only specific streamers, or at least gave Clay the option to do that. That's not necessarily Clay's fault, okay? At the end of the day, it's just not. But the system we had before, the free-for-all, was by far the fairest system we had. By far. And unfortunately, the new system just fell into the same problem of fluff. Fluff and numbers. The established person, the top billing streamer, had everybody. Because people came to the directory for these drops. They saw that. They turned it on. They left it. Even if now you have to manually do it, they're still doing that. I still do that. To be fair, I still do that. And then when that person's offline, the trickle-down economic thing happens. Trickles down to the next top biller, right? And then that person stays there. Maybe a couple fall down a little further, right? But it's always the top billing. Always. It always screws the little guy. The system has never worked how it was thought and meant to work. Great ideas. Great idea. But in context, never worked. And the people who always argued that it did work were the people who always benefited from it, so they never had said context. Period. You don't even need the statistics. You just look at the directory during the Twitch time and look at it after. Even the top billed streamers always fall down to their same numbers. Every time. It never worked. Which is a shame. I see how now we would kind of quote-unquote privatize this system now. But how is that not also not going to not screw over the already not established names? This is coming from an established name, by the way. Oh, I'm sorry, you're seeing all my alerts. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it for the follow. As an established name, I don't agree with this at first. I've, like I said, I've given the benefit of the doubt. But on paper, my initial gut reaction is this is not going to work out at all. But maybe, unfortunately, that's kind of the point. If these streamers and whatever, and again, specifically streamers, I don't know why they wouldn't just say content creators in general, because there's an argument to be made that YouTube is a better platform for Don't Starve Together. But that's the whole thing. If they're getting exclusive content, which it says they will, pretty much, like exclusive access to things, it just makes it worse. It just, talk about deflating the small guy. I've been the small guy. I streamed for 4 years, 7 days a week on Twitch. I got nowhere. I took a month off, went to YouTube. Here we are. Now I have an audience on YouTube and Twitch. I've seen both sides of every single type of platform I've tried to use. So I get it. And I just feel bad. I really do. We'll wait a couple weeks to see some more information here. But just initial gut reaction, I just like, my stomach sunk almost. Yeah, I'm sorry, little guys. I hope it works out. I really do. And, well, I mean, I also don't have the drops this time either. So, you know, this most dedicated thing, how are they going to work with that? It's all favoritism. I don't want to get into it. I'm in the ranting territory here. This video has gone on long enough. But But that's just the announcement of things to come, everyone. Very, very soon. Only a few days away. Lots of fun coming, so we can maybe ignore some of this crap. And then just have fun with the summer event. Have fun with the Rework. Have fun with the Twitch Drop skin itself. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.